Okay. I think I need to use my phone to do that. I think I'm gonna start with doing some research. Okay, I'm waiting for people to join, but I'm going to just get some work done for a little bit, and if anybody has any questions, I can go ahead and answer those. But that takes, people being here. Okay, so oh, you know what I'm going to do? Hi. It's so cool watching from India. What time is it over there? I'm trying to think. If it's 6 hours to Denmark, it's got to be pretty late, right? Where did that just go? Oh, yeah. Yeah, go ahead. You can ask questions. I'm doing like a work with me and I'll answer some questions as they come in. So go for it. Joe, not off the top of my head. I'm not great with names. I'm better with faces, but thank you, Joe, for recommending my channel. I very much appreciate that. Which school does he know me from? High school or college? Because that could help a little bit. Oh, okay. That's fair, because I was... You know what? I feel better that I wasn't insulting Joe. Because, you know... Oh, that's so great. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people have like these ideas of what an English major is, and so many people say that it's useless, but there's so many transferable skills that you learn in an English major that people just don't think about because they think about things being so straightforward. But I loved being an English major so much, and I'm so glad I did it. If I had chosen something else, I would have been miserable in college. So thank God I just listened to what I wanted to do. Um, Yeah, there's a lot of different things you can really discuss in an English major. Like it's one of those things that's what's so interesting about it is it's so vast. Like there's so much to really discover in it. And people think that there's like a one track when you're an English major of like what you can do with it, but I'm going on to be a screenwriter and hopefully a TV writer and all of that. So to think that an English major can only be, I mean, obviously it's still writer, but people tend to think, oh, you're an English major, you're going to write books, or you're going to teach people English, like, you know, as a subject. But there are a lot of different paths you can take. Journalism, European classical is a bit difficult. Yeah, I can imagine. All the classics can be pretty difficult. It's a lot more, like you have to think a lot harder with it. But I think once you get into the like practice of it more and you start doing it a lot and you're able to really kind of I guess get the not practice but it's like when it becomes I'm like losing this word right now but when it becomes habit, I guess, is when it starts to feel a lot more natural and you'll see things come up again and again. One thing I definitely recommend is looking up common themes that would come up a lot in the time period you're looking in because you'll start to see it. Like things that did not mean anything will mean something because you have the context of why an author would have even included it. So that can help a lot. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, I'm working hard on doing new things and just trying to do everything that I can to, you know, make my way into the industry. I'm not quite there yet, that's for sure, but we're working towards it. And I think that can be the scariest thing of like following your dream. And I am gonna make it happen, whether it takes a year or like 20. Ooh, sorry, I missed that question. Why can I not like watch? I don't know how to like get back to old chats. Will you send that again so I can answer it because I fully missed it. Hi. Asher Miller. Let me see who that is. I'm familiar. Oh, I missed that one too. How do I see? Oh, here we go. We figured it out. There we go. Okay, what are you working on? So I'm working right now on some YouTube analytics stuff just to kind of try to work better with SEO and getting my channel out there to people. I definitely like see that there are spaces where I need to be doing a better job there. So I'm trying to just work on that for a little bit. And then in a little bit here, I'm going to also do some script reading. If you don't know, I am a script reader for screenwriting competitions. And I've got some scripts left in my queue to read. And I really want to get some, like a good amount of those done today. So I'm going to work on that in a little bit. But I really want to work on my YouTube analytics here for a bit first and like really focus on it because I'm not going to see growth if I don't put the time and energy into it. Have I read the Bhagavad Gita? No, I've not. Let's see. Yeah, no, I haven't read this. Make sure I'm not like missing anything. Have you seen Interstellar? The movie, right? I'm pretty sure I saw that one. There was like a few like space movies that came out around that time, and I did not watch all of them. Interstellar. This was the one that had like the really like wild like plot twist in the end, right? Pretty sure that's this one. Yes, I did watch this. I remember really liking it at the time, but I have not seen it in years, so I think I'm gonna have to rewatch that one. I also need to watch The Martian because I finally read the book, and the book was like incredible. Like genuinely one of the best books I've read in a long time. So I need to watch the movie now to like get the whole experience. Hi. Twins fountain pens. I actually don't so much. A lot of times I think they can be kind of expensive, and I don't feel the need to like, oh well, it was nice that you stopped by, thank you. I'm honestly fine with like a pen like this. Have you wrote any screenplays? Yeah, I mean I haven't written any film scripts, but I have I believe 4 pilots I've written. I think I've written 3 short film scripts, and I've co-written 1 short film script. So yeah, I've definitely written scripts, just not film scripts. But back to the pen question, I am happy enough with these. When I need to like feel like writing, not just typing, this is fine for me. I actually prefer something that has like a bit of a grip to it, and sometimes fountain pens actually are like a little too slidey for what I'm looking for, but I'm like happy with fountain pens. Let me just make sure I have not missed any other questions. Yeah, definitely a moment of focus here. Oh, I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, there are a lot of different jobs you can get as an English major, and I certainly didn't go into all of them. So if you have questions about other jobs you can get as an English major, I can definitely do another video on that. I can talk a lot about jobs in the film industry too, because that's really where my focus is starting to lean. But there's a lot you can do with an English major, and like Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Okay, I know I missed a question in there, so let's check that. Oh yeah, definitely happens where I'm writing it and I'm like, this is an Oscar-winning script. And 3 days later I look at it and I'm like, this is garbage and I need to delete all of it. That's just part of the writing process, honestly. It's hard and it can suck sometimes, but you have to just keep pushing through. There's an author, I think Anne Lamott, who has this idea of shitty first drafts, and I am a big believer in that. I think that you have to just push through the bad drafts. I actually did a video recently. I had entered a mentorship program and I didn't end up getting in, but it's fine. There were like 910 applicants, which was like unbelievable. But the mentorship program was called Super Special, so definitely check it out if anybody's interested in that. It seems like a great program and a great like group. But part of the application was to submit a log line for one of your scripts. And if you made it to the next rounds, they wanted to read the script. Well, the log line that I put, I hadn't written the script yet, but I had planned it out. So I was like, okay, I can just like type it up. That script fought me so hard. And so I was like, okay, well, I'm finding out sometime in August if they want to read this script. So I need to get it to a point where like I don't feel embarrassed if they ask to read the script. So I posted a video, I think like a couple weeks ago, going through the process and kind of going through getting it to a point in like the matter of a few days where I wasn't embarrassed by it. And I actually just finished the 5th draft of it last night while I did my writing together. And I think part of it is just the best way to start getting to a point where you feel good about your writing is to keep doing it. You have to just push through that feeling and be open to feedback, be open to learning and growing, and be excited about the growth process, because that's really helped me a lot, is to be like, if I see something like, oh, this is awful, I can just kind of talk to myself and be like, I can't wait to see what draft this will look like in a month, a year, 6 years, like to see what my skill level is at as I grow and get better at this. That's what really helps me push through when I have a draft and I look back at my writing and I hate it. So just keep working on it. And I know it sucks. I know that that's not a great, easy, like, just don't hate it. But I think that's what's helped me the most. Okay, did I miss any questions? Because I was talking for a long ass time. My typing speed is fast and slow. Like sometimes I can type really fast, sometimes I don't know what I'm doing and I look ridiculous. I used to be into writing books. That's actually what I thought I was going to do when I started my English major. I actually even started writing a book. But once I took a screenwriting class just to like complete my major, and I think I made it like 2 weeks into the class before I was like, oh, I'm writing scripts now forever. Like, this is where I'm at. So it's kind of like I was interested in writing books, but not so much anymore. And it's not really where my focus is at. But I have like, I think 6 chapters of a book that I was going to write at some point. But I kind of think that it could work as a really good script. I think it's got a lot of like visual potential. Part of the problem with books for me is that I really had a hard time with kind of writing the descriptions and stuff and having all that dense description and action and all of that. It just didn't feel natural to me. And the way that scripts are structured, the minute I started writing them, I was like, oh my God, all of the things that I had such a hard time with make sense now, and they fit so naturally in this form. Okay, I'm gonna go through now and look at some like job sites and stuff to see if any new jobs got posted that I'm gonna want to apply to. I'm not gonna work on job applications right now. I'm gonna do that in a little bit because I do want to work on some script reading first, but I want to kind of get an idea if there's anything new out there. I mean, it's not even 9 a.m. in LA yet, which is where like most of the jobs I'm looking at are. but it can't hurt to, you know, take a look if anything new was posted while I was asleep. Let's see. Okay, are there any new comments that I've missed? Is my voice like really gravelly right now? Because it kind of sounds like that in my own ears. But that might just be about like listening to the sound of my own voice for like, what is this, 30 minutes? Are there any screenwriting videos that you want to see on my channel? Because I'm really kind of pulling my focus there more and more now that I've kind of completed my English degree. So it's not so much like it's not so much like what's going on in my life, and I'm really working on, you know, pursuing this career in the entertainment industry, but I want to make sure I'm doing videos that are helpful to you guys. So let me know if there are any videos you want to see on that subject. Okay, what did you just say? Sorry. Yeah, I mean, I think you certainly don't have to do any professional courses to be a writer and to write a story, especially if you're just writing it for yourself. Um, and I think part of it comes with just practicing and having other people's opinions, especially like show it to your friends and family, whatever, but they're biased. They love you. Or they're biased and they're jealous of you and they're not going to be nice to you. But a lot of times friends and family are so well-meaning, but they're not as helpful when it comes to giving you feedback. So if you can find other writers that you guys can share your writing with each other, give constructive feedback, all of that, that can be great. Now, when we're talking about more like courses, it kind of depends on what you want to do. If you're in college, go find like creative writing courses that you can take as part of your degree track, because that is super, super helpful if you're already in the environment. Other than that, you can find writing groups like online. Like there are definitely lots of those. Personally, I am partial to Roadmap Writers, which they're an educational platform for, they mainly focus on screenwriting, but they do have a Roadmap Authors kind of section as well. And they have a lot of information and webinars about being a writer. I interned there, and it's lagging. Let me try turning off my Wi-Fi. Okay, let me know if this is better. Roadmap Writers, I did an internship there over the summer, last summer, I think. And being a screenwriter and just kind of information you need to know about being in the industry. But they also have this career writers program where it's like this 5, maybe 6-step program that really teaches you how to be a writer in the industry. That can be really, really great. I'm actually planning on doing that myself. I'm just waiting until I move out to LA because I know that moving is going to be really hectic and I want to be able to commit to that with like my full energy and attention. So Roadmap Writers, that's a great program if you're interested in like really learning how to be in the business of writing. I would search for writing programs, read a lot of books. I've got a couple literally right next to me. So if you're interested in like screenwriting, I've got the Filmmaker's Handbook. This one's pretty recommended. As you can see, I'm like very not much into it. And then I like stole this from my dad. It's called Filmmaking, Direct Your Movie from Script to Screen Using Proven Hollywood Techniques. This is probably pretty old, but I'm gonna try that too. I do have a video on my channel of my like beginning screenwriters collection of like books. So that's something that is definitely worth watching to see some ideas of books you can read to like help your craft. I'm actually going to film a new video on that for like TikTok and Reels and YouTube Shorts. So keep an eye out for that. I'm hoping to have that out in like a couple of weeks. So if there's like other questions on that, I can definitely answer that. And if you want to see a more long form video about how to like improve your writing, that's actually a really good idea. So I'm going to write that down right now. hopefully in the next few weeks we'll get that out. Okay, we are still looking at job sites because I would very much like someone to hire me. That's kind of, you know, the whole vibe right now. Oh, I'm so glad that helps. Thank you for asking. I'm really glad to be able to talk about that kind of stuff. And again, if there's any videos, longer form videos you want to see on my channel going into that, definitely let me know, because I would love to be making videos that are actually like helpful for you guys and not just only the things that I like can't stop talking about. Let's see. Not a lot of like typing right now, honestly, because I'm just refreshing pages right now, but I promise I'll do more stuff that looks like I'm actually working in a second here. This is the same thing I just looked at. Yeah, I do not need that tab open twice. Thanks. Also, for anybody interested in the entertainment industry, Netflix just launched a new grad program. They don't really have a lot on there yet. Like, the only job listed is for a new grad software engineer, but I'm sure they will continue posting. So if you're interested in, you know, breaking into the industry, I've been refreshing that page every day. Yeah, I'd love to travel to India. I think that it's beautiful, and I love Indian food like so much. We want more such videos. What kind of videos? Because I am very open to suggestions right now. I'm working on building up this channel. I really am, you guys. So yeah, I would love to visit India. I think that it's a really beautiful country. I love the food, and you're absolutely right. There are a lot of great stories in Indian culture and things surrounding that. So yeah, I'd love to go to India one day. Actually, my friends and I have talked about visiting India one day. Oh, study with me. Okay, that sounds like a great kind of video. I mean, I'm not studying anymore because I've graduated, but I can definitely do more work with me videos. Especially with I'm trying to figure out good ways. Like, I have my write with me videos that I do every day, like my writing together videos, but those are more short form. How do you guys feel about doing videos about like me writing a script and trying to go through the process? Because it's hard when I'm not showing you what is in the script, but I can try and find ways to kind of do a spend a day writing with me, or writing day with me, or just like day in the life of a writer. I'm also starting to do more like mini vlog stuff videos. I'm trying that. We'll see how it works. Those are going to be more short form, you know, for YouTube shorts and reels and stuff, which if you're not following me on Instagram and TikTok, I am there at Megan Renee Today. So same Megan Renee, we're just adding today on the end. And you can see some more kind of videos on there. Okay, I think I'm going to, oh, you know what? I want to check okay. I'm going to add, right, okay. I have this new, like, platform I've been using called Llama Life recently. I love it. I posted a whole video about it recently. And if you want to use a paid version, I do have a code for 20% off. I believe that's Megan Llama 20, but let me double check that. But there is a free version, so you don't like have to use a paid version. But it helps so much to like stay productive and stay on top of things. So if you're interested in that, I'm like using it right now, which is why it's in my head. Let me just double check that that is the right coupon code I'm giving you. Yeah, Megan Llama 20. So if you want 20% off, I'm telling you, it's like the best thing I've used in so long. Okay, I'm just gonna plan a blog idea out. If you guys are interested, I am starting a blog soon. I'm trying to get this site up as soon as I can for you guys, but I'm gonna have a blog on there where I'm also talking about some of the different stuff I discuss on my YouTube channel. So if you're into like written stuff, some movies have lazy writing and dumb stories but just work because of big actors. Yeah, that's definitely true. I mean, Hollywood is very much about who you know, and it's a business at the end of the day. So if they can have a not great script but have actors attached that will bring in an audience, like, they're definitely willing to do that. I think that people are starting to kind of bring back this idea of like, okay, but Hollywood works because we have great stories. So I'm hoping to start to see a shift with that. But there are also a lot of great stories out there too. You know, I think that sometimes it's also about like what you're able to find out there and how things are marketed. So make sure that you're just looking for new things. And listen, if you have a great idea for a script, go ahead and write it. You know, I think that can be a great thing. If you're not seeing the kind of stories that you want to out there, start writing them yourselves. And if I'm honest, I lean towards TV more just naturally. I mean, I love movies so much, but I find myself much more often going to watch TV than movies, and I've been seeing so many great stories in TV recently. Like, I really think TV is having a moment, and I'm so excited to see where it goes from here. Okay, I think I'm gonna work. I actually haven't seen The Gray Man. I'm not familiar with that one. Let me look it up and see. Yeah, I haven't even heard of that. I mean, it has a 6.5 on IMDb, a 46 on Rotten Tomatoes, so it doesn't seem like it's performing, you know, as high as other movies, but, oh, it's based on a novel. That's interesting. Yeah, I mean, there's been a lot of IP in Hollywood recently, which, again, goes into the idea of Hollywood as a business and having a built-in audience, and I think that it takes a lot of skill to be able to adapt a story for the screen really well. I'm personally just not familiar with The Gray Man, so I can't comment on, you know, how it is as a screenplay. But if you're interested in why there's been a lot of adaptations and sequels coming out recently, I also did a video on that, all about IP, which is intellectual property. So definitely take a look at that if you are interested in why that's been happening so much. Because, again, Hollywood's a business. Okay, I think I'm gonna work on some script writing for a little bit. So I'm gonna update my spreadsheet. I think I'm probably going to finish up on, you can start starting videos like Enrique Vincent? I'm gonna look him up. I'm not familiar actually. But yeah, I mean, I think that could be a really interesting, fun idea. Let me go to, I'm assuming he's on YouTube. Do you think MCU have killed good storytelling? No, I think that the MCU is just focused on a particular type of storytelling, and it's all about kind of focusing on what they're trying to do. Now, I'm not going to say I've loved every single movie I've ever seen from the MCU. I'm not saying that they are like perfect. Yeah, I see Enrique now. I will definitely look through his videos to see if there's anything that I can kind of pull through to my channel too. Thank you for that suggestion. The MCU has their own style, and they certainly have their fan base, and again, this is IP as well, so they're based on other things. I definitely think there are things that I've seen, for example, I mean, just looking at I'm gonna forget the name of it now. One of the new shows they had, was the one that was really focused on the Egyptian gods. I'm losing the name right now, but I really enjoyed that show. But I watched it after the whole thing had come out. And I really think that was a show that should not have been released weekly. I think all the episodes should be together. Also, I definitely agree. I don't think Iron Man needed to die, and I think it could have gone differently. But I think when it comes to movies and fandoms, part of it is there's a lot of different choices that writers can make, and they make them for different reasons. And so we have to just kind of look at why they decide to do a certain thing. It's a lot like literature analysis in understanding why a writer is making a choice that they do. And that is what fanfic is for. It's for having fanon and having things happen different ways. I am sure there are so many fanfics where Iron Man is alive and healthy and living his best life with Morgan. So that's when we're not happy with a choice that writers make in a big fandom like Marvel or the MCU, which, is the same thing. DC has the best characters, but they need the potential. I honestly am not super familiar with DC. Like, I have not watched nearly as much DC as I have MCU. But that's an interesting kind of analysis of that they have really great characters but don't have the right potential. So that's interesting. I'm curious if anybody else agrees with that who's like actually watched it. Though I will say, Spider-Man, my homeboy, I freaking love Spider-Man. I know that's MCU, but I'm coming back to it. Spider-Man, especially, I freaking love Tom Holland's Spider-Man so much. I'm actually going tonight to see the re-release of Spider-Man, the new one, so I'm really excited about that. I think that's gonna be really fun. I watched this movie, it's one hell of a story. I'm not familiar with that either. Okay, I see like a lot of different ones. So which, what is it about? So I have like some more ideas so I can look into this. Is it the one on Netflix? The Indian movie taking the internet by storm. New action epic. Okay, I think I did find it. I think I found it. Okay, I will check this out. It's a movie musical. That's an action movie? Okay. I'm into that. Okay, I will definitely check this out. I'll see if I can watch it today, but I can't like watch a movie like that while working because I want to like really pay attention. So I will try to get to that today. Let me add it. I have a Excel doc of like movies to watch and stuff, so I will add that there. Okay, I'll make sure to like give it a real shot. That's good to know. I like to know when something kind of needs a minute to get into. I think a lot of TV, you have to give it a real chance before things get good, so it's good to know that with the movie too. Do you guys know, I mean obviously you would know, but is it in English or is it like dubbed or is it like captions? Because I also need to be prepared for how I need to watch it depending on that. Let me make sure I have not like missed any questions in here while ooh. Okay, don't think I've missed anything. If I have missed something, comment and let me know again, because I promise I'm not ignoring you. Okay, gotcha. I will, it's English subtitles, but there's some English subtitles. Okay, I will watch accordingly and plan accordingly for when to watch that. Oh, I should check the runtime. Has anybody watched Uncoupled, that new show with Neil Patrick Harris? Because my mom loves Neil Patrick Harris, so she started watching it and she's enjoying it, but I'm trying to decide if I want to watch it. Okay. Oh my gosh, it's 3 hours and 5 minutes. Okay. I'm trusting you guys here. I also, oh my god, guys, I recently watched Blown Away, which is, I love competition shows, and Netflix has some great ones. And Blown Away, my sister recommended it. It's this glass blowing competition. It was so good. I blew through it. It was fantastic. Another one I love is Glow Up, and the new season came out. That was also really good, but I think last season so far is my favorite because I loved this one contestant, and I think she just did really good, and I was like really happy seeing her throughout the competition. But Blown Away, Glow Up, those are like two favorite of those like competition shows. I really want to see a competition show for writers, but it's so hard with writing isn't this very visual activity, right? Like it's really hard to kind of show that visually, but I have an idea. So maybe one day if I make it into this industry, I can create a competition writing show. Keep an eye out on me for that because I really, really want to do that. I think it would be like super fun and cool, and I've always wanted to see a show like that. So let me know if you would want to see a show like that and how you'd want to see it done, because I'm really interested in that. I'm interested in like how different people like conceptualize a show like that. I keep saying that I'm gonna like finish up on here soon, but have you seen the House of Dragon? Is that the new Game of Thrones, like the prequel? Right, yeah. No, I actually haven't. I didn't watch Game of Thrones. It's just not super my vibes. So I haven't watched the new show, but I've been hearing lots of people talking about it. So we'll have to see kind of how it develops. And I think that's a very like high, maybe not high paying. I mean like high cost show. I'm sure it costs so much money to produce an episode of that show. So hopefully, you know, it works out really well for them. Okay. The Boys. That's the superhero one, right? I think my parents watch that and really like it. Oh, Jensen Ackles is in that? Oh, that's for season 3. Yeah, okay. I will add that to my list. Did anybody watch The Bear? Because I started it, but was having trouble kind of getting into it. Let me know if it was like worth sticking to because it seemed interesting. I was just having trouble kind of sticking with it. I also want to watch The Sex Life of College Girls. Sex Lives? It's gotta be lives, right? Whatever. That one I've heard really good things about. I just keep forgetting to watch it. But I'm in between shows right now, so this actually might be a great time. But Gilmore Girls season just started, so I might have to also watch that because what am I going to do? Have I seen Daredevil? No, I haven't, but I've heard good things about Daredevil. My friends really like Daredevil. But I'm not so sure about the movie right now with everything with Ezra Miller. Like, we'll have to see how all that goes because that's definitely a tricky situation. It's the best series. Okay, I'll give that a shot. Adding it to my list right now. Would you guys like a video about how I go about writing, why am I forgetting the word for this? Coverage. There we go. Writing coverage on scripts and like feedback and stuff. Okay. I'm adding that to my planning list. Let me know if you want to see that because that could be really interesting. I should kind of start reading the script. Okay. I mean, I think that the things that we consume and watch always are going to inspire us as writers, but there's a big difference between inspired by and like getting inspiration from things that we see and like just taking an idea and making it your own. So I mean, I'm inspired by things all the time. I have a whole section of my notes app that's things that happen in real life that could be good for a script. So I write notes on a lot of different things that seem mundane but could be really interesting in a script. So, I mean, yes and no. But you want to be really careful with how you go about that because you do not want to be just taking things first because it's not your idea, so you're not going to be able to execute it as well. But also, it's not nice to take other people's ideas, you know? I write fictional stories. I mean, certainly real life makes its way into fiction all the time, but I definitely write more on the side of fiction. But if we're talking about watching, I love me a good documentary. I am watching documentaries, docuseries all the time. So I love both when it comes to what I watch and read. I'm actually currently reading a nonfiction book, so. Yes, writers are the ones who handle the dialogue in a movie screenplay, and it's very important. As a scriptwriter, I can tell you, your dialogue is super important, like top priority. When it's a film script, usually one or two if you're like a writing partner. Film scripts tend to be a lot more independent. When it comes to TV, usually one person will write the script, sometimes two, but especially like again, if you're a if you are part of a writing team and you have a writing partner, that's different. But if you're just working individually, usually it's one person will write this script, but you have a writer's room of anywhere from 4 to 15 people. So there can be a wide range of who's in that writer's room and part of writing a show. like the aesthetic Dark Academia, or is there like a book or a movie or a series that you're talking about? Aesthetic. I've never been good at like keeping one aesthetic. I'm certain I've like worn things or like done things that kind of fit into that, but I do think it's a really cool aesthetic and I love it. I'm just not good at sticking to one aesthetic for myself. I'm from South Florida. Okay, I'm gonna go a few more minutes on here and then sign off for today. I am planning to go live again maybe Sunday, so let me know if you guys would be interested in that and what time would be best. I mean, sometimes I get inspiration from when I'm traveling, but mostly I just let ideas come to me and I work on different drafts of things in the meantime. So I'm always working on my writing and kind of developing my stories. But for the most part, when it comes to coming up with ideas, yeah, I just look at the world around me and see what could be interesting. I look at the market too and see what kind of shows are coming out and what people seem to be interested in, because that can never hurt, and see if there's something that interests me. But yeah, I don't specifically travel for that. I don't have the funds for that at this point. Okay, that's where I'm gonna stop on this for now. So if you guys want me to keep doing live streams, let me know. I'm planning to come back on Sunday, so we'll see kind of what I can do then. I'll probably just get some more work done. I can do some more question and answer stuff. But thank you guys all for stopping in, and I'll see you guys next time.